the resource remix, becoming or building her empire, which we all are very familiar with. A lot of us have built an empire or built a business from the ground up and seen it flourish and sometimes seen it crumble and have to pick it back up, all the things, right? So the panel basically dives into the how, the mindset, the money moves, and resourcefulness it takes to turn creativity and side hustles into sustainable success. Sounds good? Awesome. Again, my name is A Pretty Hustler. I am a media mogul, host, event coordinator, publicist, writer, host. I said host, right? Moderator. I do a lot of things, and I also work for the United States Postal Service as a customer relations coordinator for consumer affairs. So I do a lot. And I want everybody to go down the list and tell us who you are and what you do. Please.
I'll start. My name is Crystal Crowell. I will also wear a lot of hats. My background is in social work and as a therapist. I am unfortunately one of the 300,000 black women that got laid off earlier this year. But on the side, I also do consulting around social impact with mission-driven organizations and brands. And then I have my nonprofit that I'm building, Resilience Through Reading, which is using literacy to empower black girls and other vulnerable youth and address childhood trauma. And outside of that, I also do pageants. And I'm the current Miss Black District of Columbia, USA 2025.
Okay.
So
yes. We got a pageant queen. Right?
Hi, everybody. My name is Prophetess Shay, also known as Shay Ministries. I am an author of 6 books. I'm also a philanthropist. I preach, prophesy, and I pray. Preach, prophesy, and I pray. I've been favored, I would say, Grace, to wear many hats. I've been on many platforms, especially when it comes to government. God has allowed me to step into rooms with really good people, really influential people. I'm a impact. I would say like a impactful woman. God has allowed me to speak for women in the South Florida region, breaking systemic barriers when it comes to black women in Florida. But yeah, that's, and I'm a mom of a 4-year-old. Shay Ministries was also birthed through the death of my fiance last year. And that was when God literally pushed me into ministry. He said, now that this phase of your life is done, now it's time for you to go into ministry. I've been in corporate America, I've been in banking, but I feel like this phase of my life now is ministry. So that's me.
Beautiful. Thank you.
My name is Atiange. I am a creative. I'm an activator. I am a community builder. So some of my programs that I'm currently building from the ground up, one is called Celestial Hummingbird, and our focus is to build right relationship within our community, within ourselves, and with the earth. And so a lot of our events do happen outside or happen around natural elements to kind of rebuild that relationship, that ancestral relationship. And then I have another program called Panther Strip, which is a movement program, and we focus on dance and moving the body, a lot of like Pilates, yoga. It's like a whole dance vibe. So we're focusing on empowerment. And then my main one-to-one client work is really supporting women who are wanting to transform their pain into power. So we do focus a lot on coming into right relationship with our own power and working through self-abandonment and self-sabotage. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. That was so good to hear you guys. My name is Avery Watson. I am a CEO of Multi Artistry Entertainment. I'm a publicist, manager, creative director, dancer, and a new mother. So, and I'm in a great space. I can say that now. My business is 15 years in the music business, entertainment, media, and having to wear many hats. I'm so thankful and grateful. Had the opportunity to work with amazing people in the industry, to A-list, to B-list, to D-list, to people that I built up. So that's a blessing. Outside of that, my main client right now is Young Blue, Blue Vandross on Instagram. I do have other clients that I represent with different labels, with Create Music Group, United Masters, etc. Currently just in a great space working with a nonprofit called Girlz Inc. of Westchester. So I'm working with Girlz Inc. and helping building young ladies become smart, bold, and strong. And that's a great thing for me as well, because I needed to tie my business to something that was a little bit more purposeful for the girls. Hence, this is for the girls. The same month that I'm working with that nonprofit, so I feel like it's aligning. Thank you, Dime. So yeah, Avery Watson, Avery Miss Artistry on Instagram. If you have a talent and you have a budget, I'm here for you.
The emphasis on the budget. I love that. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for introducing yourself. So we're just going to start from the beginning, right? The journey. What did the early version of everyone's journey look like?
Grind, hustle, tunnel vision, but not really purposeful, full of hyper enthusiasm to make it and to be that industry mogul, that entertainment mogul, you know, looking up to the amazing people such as the Yandy Smiths or the Mona Scotts or the different, you know, industry executives that I had a chance to see help build my character up. But that version is gone and dead. Like that's the slave mentality of the industry that keeps us down. So to answer your question, I think that sums that up. Like that is that. And that was that beginning. And that is a totally horrible place to operate in. These people are not working from the source. So I had to like really see like, wow, am I really making myself a part of the ecosystem, or am I creating a new one, right? That can bring financial stability for everyone across the board. And do I want to continue like interning for people that aren't in a career track mindset for me? Like, am I getting someone that's going to genuinely say, hey, let me build this, some type of career-driven track to help build your business up or build you up? And no one was going to ever do that. I had to do it for myself or work hands at nonprofits that are doing that. So I see that previously working in this business and entertainment in particularly, people will like use you like to the ultimate. So that is no longer a thing. And I also had to come out of, I think when you're in that, you get kind of like rubbing shoulders with people that you're used to doing that with, that you actually start to adopt it, and then I had to really like unlearn that, and also know that you are a product of your own reasoning of why things are effed up. So I had to take it into my own hands and be like, you know what, that version is gone. Like that, we're not going to do that to our people either, but I'm still going to instill in them that you're not this either, so we have to do the work, right? Because I did it though, you know? But we still want to make sure that we're giving people the right track and the right path to like knowing that what we went through is okay. It's my experience, so you don't have to have that same experience. So,
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Honestly. Yes. Also, what did the early version of your journey in entrepreneur or success look like for you?
Ooh. The early versions of my journey was very trying, very ugly, but beautiful at the same time. Ugly, but ugly, but beautiful. I would have never in a million years, like, you know, like God has a call on your life, but you like, I don't want that. I want to go in corporate America, you know, but to see the shift, like I'm thinking, okay, God, I'm going to go into corporate America. I'm going to go into banking. You know, I'm going to go into tech. Maybe them doors were closed, shut, locked, threw away the key. And God like, no, I want you to go into ministry, you know? Like you're called to break those generational curses in your family, because many women in your family who did start out as, as preachers They didn't go as far as I want to take you. So for God to like shut every door, like even removing a relationship that I was in for like 6 years, that was all I knew. Yeah. So God like making that shift to where it's like, no, I'm calling you into ministry. It's like, bro, I don't want this. You know, I don't want it. Many people, they go after the platforms. They go after the pulpits. You get what I'm saying? But it's like there's a cost attached. You know, there's a heavy cost attached to it to bear God's name, to speak on behalf of him. You know, it's a very hefty price to pay. So the early part of my journey was very ugly, but it's like the way that God switched everything around for me. Sometimes I'm looking at myself like, whoa, I don't even remember, you know, who I was.
Yeah, and that's important though.
I was so like, my journey was very, I fought I fought coming up because I'm like, Lord, because I know the cost that comes with this. Like, I don't want to, but I had to pay the price anyways, you know, like when God is calling you to be a generational breaker, he's going to take you the long way, you know? So beautiful journey. I'm happy that I did, you know, answer the call. And I'm still like, Lord, I don't want to do this. You know, I don't, but you know, his way is always the best way. So
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping I'm still in the early journeys of my success. You know, I'm hoping this is the beginning phase.
Yeah, because one door did close for you, so now.
One door did close. Yeah. And I've had a lot of successes. I started speaking 7 years ago, and when I kind of started speaking, it was really just on a whim, and I was like, you know, this is a fun little thing. I did a little women's empowerment, and I didn't see the trajectory it was going to take me on, and I didn't see the vision I was going to have, but on the rough days, I always tell myself, like, in 10 years, I'm going to be thinking back and being like, you know, Crystal, like, you thugged it out during this time. Like, you put your all into it, and I want the 10 years for me to be so appreciative of, like, the work I put in. So that's where I tell myself it's the early, because I want the success to be much bigger than I've seen.
That's what we love. Manifestation. Speak into it. Yep. Okay, yes.
So my journey started off with me being afraid of myself and afraid of my own power, in the sense that I noticed that me being naturally expressive and curious and wanting to know why people were hiding things in plain sight would result in me like being punished or called out or, you know, disciplined essentially. But essentially it was more so noticing the cracks that people would try to hide in order to keep a false foundation. And that is the epitome of cutting ourselves off of our power. And so learning and throwing away all of my natural gifts repeatedly, which one of them is dance. I've been dancing since I was 8. I've been saying I was going to be a dancer when I was 5, and I'm still a dancer today, professionally. And so I have given away that path several times, and I've also been invited on that path through programs for free several times. And so essentially it was like this inner war that I was experiencing of like, oh, I have this gift, but the world is telling me not to be it, so I shouldn't be it. But actually, like, that's the only thing that I have in order for me to be a self-actualized human being on this planet. And so right now, my journey with success is definitely beginning. I opened my business a year ago, and I'm still figuring out
Congrats.
my way. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. I'm still a baby. I'm very much figuring out my way, still trying to find my voice and speak to the people I'm here to serve. But ultimately, I know I'm at the brink of a breakthrough, and I'm trusting my process. So
that's a blessing. Yes, I love that. I love that. So we're going to get into the business behind the brand. I mean, everyone wants to create a brand, but then when we start talking business, it started getting a little funny. We started talking paperwork and contracts and things like that. It started getting a little funny. What's one common mistake you feel like women make when turning their passion into profit? This is one thing that I know I definitely suffered from. But go ahead.
Yeah, I would love to speak on this.
Yeah.
Something that caught me real quick was just because you love it doesn't mean that it's your service. And you could have so much passion for something, but the whole point is to be there for others and to give. And you are giving in yourself to yourself as well. But sometimes what we're passionate about can just be for us. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetized or to become something or, to break through and be the biggest thing. So this is, for me at least, this is why I invested in a business strategist. And I also let God be at the lead of what I'm creating, because sometimes that's just, the passion is just the spark. And what really wants to come forth is still needing time to mature. So,
Love that. Yes, ma'am.
I would say know your process and run your own race. Stop looking at other people's race, because how you get clients or how you get leads might not be how the other person gets clients and how the other person gets leads. And like you said, being invited, I feel like for me, my first clients were people who were asking me to do things that I never put on a website, I never put in anywhere. But my homegirl, who's super successful, all of her clients come because she emails people 500 times a day. When I do that, not a single person emails me back. Right. Not a single person emails me back. So, like, if I sat there and took her advice and emailed people 500 times a day, I would just be wasting my time. And so I had to learn to build that confidence in my own skill set, my own systems, and my own processes.
Yeah, that's a great thing that you were saying. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely important to know your process and how to make money, how to attract the clientele that you want. Just like you said, like cold calling, I can, but I don't think it's going to happen for me. Like occasionally they might be like, yes, we'll do it. But for the most part, the 10 million people that I called, 3 answered. You know what I mean? So yeah, I felt that. Yes. What was the question again? Yes. Okay. So what's one common mistake women make when turning their passion into profit? I thought she was ready. I'm like,
because I went through so much.
I was about to say, at that, you should have that.
But I went through so much that I just,
I would want to say it's seeing God in the little things. I would have never thought that God would have used grief to bring profit. Like, the way he does things, I'm thinking it was going to be beautiful. I'm going to be married. I have a beautiful... He used grief to it's like he turned my pain into profit. Like the way that people look at grief, it's like grief did something different to me. I actually blossomed from grief. I discovered myself through grief. Many people shave their head. They'll be in depression, especially losing like somebody you've been in a relationship for years. Like it'll turn them into a whole different person. But grief blossomed me into, and it's like I learned. I saw a different side of God that I never saw before through grief. And it's like he used that to excel me, and I would say push me into my purpose. Because even with me sharing like a little bit of part of it, of my story, a door was able to be open for me to be in a Black successful women's network. Just by me sharing a part of grief, that turned into profit. Now I'm making money sharing my story about grief, like the most traumatic life experience that I went through. God used my pain and turned it into profit.
Love that.
I'm definitely ready now, y'all.
I was going to say, better not.
So on my Instagram, I have on top attracting clients. And that is the key that I think that a lot of us aren't realizing, that I can be passionate all day, every day, throughout whatever, be the most enthused person. However, I need to attract, right, those that understand what my passion is. That is the key. Because then if not, then there's no equally yoked business transactions when it's a personal business type of business versus selling a product and an item, right? We're selling energy, we're selling knowledge, we're selling time. So with that, I think attracting the clients has been something that I probably was doing, but not really as full manifestation mode, and then actually letting God lead and take it over versus me saying as the source, as the man, as the woman, I can do this on my own. So I feel like being overly passionate has only made it worse for me because it made people take advantage. So I had to balance my passionate vibe in a way where I pick and choose when I allow it to be shown to then gauge in an upsell versus overselling.
Yeah.
So that's the answer to that. Yeah.
Okay, listen, you took your time and that was a very good answer. I love that. And it's like I said, it's very important to realize whether or not you're someone who needs to wait for invitations to come to you, or you're someone that needs to go out and get it. You know what I mean? And I had to realize that. I had to really sit like, damn, am I someone that needs to wait? And when I waited and started putting myself out there, that's when I started to get all these invitations. Like, yeah, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. All I had to do was tell y'all what I do. Yes. Oh, snap. What is that? I didn't have to go out and get it. I didn't have to hustle. So it's kind of like, okay, it's like a little bit of an oxymoron with me being called a pretty hustler, right? But I really had to realize maybe I should shape that differently and start like speaking about the times where I feel like I don't need to hustle nonstop and people will just come to me. I think that was a great question, Di, that you put here. I did good. Let's see. How do you know when it's time to charge more or scale your hustle? Avery, you kind of touched on that a little bit.
Say. Oh my gosh. I'll jump right in. I'll let y'all handle the rest. Because literally, you can scale anything, you guys. Like, literally, like, my passion first was I was a dancer singer. I was a performing arts girl. So my vision was I want to be able to use all my skills that I have to pour it into these talents that don't have that. Either whatever reason that may be, but I have it in different areas, so I want to push that into that and then make money and scale that. So then what happened is I was looking at, I think someone's mentioned here the whole like corporate space. So the music corporate space, I'm like, that's where I need to be. I need to be an A&R, because that's where I can do that. I can talent scout. I can look at the budget. I know the music is fire. I picked it. You know, it's going on. It's lit. Things turn into a different term. But what I'll say is I love dance, right? And now, as much as stuff that I did in production and media, TV, film, artist management, whatever, now I'm getting back into the dance space with a really bad foot, plantar fasciitis, you guys. Horrible, horrible, horrible feeling in your foot. So anyway, that's the worst feeling. So when you're trying to dance and that's your passion, trust me, y'all, I'll be devastated, okay? Yeah. Pissed. However, when the days is good, I'm jumping up, yeah?
I saw you in the video, you jumping up.
But on the serious side, the point that I'm making is that you have so many ways that you can upscale your business, you have to pull from. And when you're pulling from yourself in a different way, there's so many options. Like everyone here has so many different ways that they're pulling from to upscale different services in different ways. And we're all in different spaces. So I feel like taking the time for me, I took the time to take everything department by department of services. Okay, I did PR well, moving on. Marketing, doing that. Dance is within me. I know the community, we're gonna work it. Now I'm like doing these amazing dance classes with artists and bringing the artists out, making the dancers feel loved, taking them on tour. We had Jacquees tour, different things, and taking these dancers from their small studios onto big stages. Still doing it, but then also running the press for the artists so everything works in the full circle. So to answer the question, like, you can upsell everything, but when it's time, you'll know. Yeah. You'll know when it's time.
You want me to repeat the question? I will. I shall. How do you know when it's time to charge more or scale your hustle?
I think as Black women, we can always charge more.
That's right. Your price is your price.
Yeah, I think we can always charge more. I think, go find the most mediocre white man on Forbes 30 under 30 in your area. Look at his rates.
He said $2 million.
And then charge those. Yeah. And they pay it, yeah. I mean, honestly, that was the best advice someone gave to me, and it was a white man, and he was like, "You need to start charging like a white man," and I was like, "That's fair, yeah." And so I think as Black women, we're already so under-resourced, we're already so overskilled and overqualified. We're almost never charging our worth, and we're never charging what our contemporaries would be charging if they had the skills and experience that we did. So I think the moment someone looks like they have a smidge of a budget to pay you more, raise your rates.
Yeah. I like that. I'm gonna write that down.
I feel like when I know I'm undercharging, my body contracts. And when I tell someone this is my price, I genuinely feel like disgusted with what I just said. But when I am charging a valid price that feels reflective of who I am and what I put, the effort that I put into what I built, it feels expansive and I feel landed in my body. I feel clear and I feel like you're going to get a lot with what I'm giving.
Yeah, purposeful.
But it's up to you to decide.
And also knowing that, like, just because you put your price out there and that person can't match that or can't pay that, don't feel bad about that. Right. That's just not your client. It's okay. They'll come back when they get some money. That's what you say. Like, come back when you get some money. And I got you. Don't worry. I'm going to give you all the things, all the bells and all the whistles. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, and that's also very important, too, is to know that not everyone who can't pay right now is not your client.
Correct.
You know,
yes.
they might be growing into a place where they can align with you. They might be waiting to just hear that one thing that's like, okay, I got to do it, you know, but it's like it's a relationship. We're building a relationship and relationships take time.
Love that.
I would say knowing when to pivot. Knowing when to charge more and knowing when to scale. Like what you were saying, you didn't know that you would get so many invitations when you put yourself out there. So I think it's knowing when to pivot. Okay, God, do you want me to scale more in this season or do you want me to charge more in this season? I feel like God will let you know, or you'll feel it like what she said. You'll know when it's time to, pivot. So that's what I have to say.
Love it. Thank you, ladies. What's one service that you feel like you overlooked that women can tap into right now?
Grants. Grants. And this is coming from someone who has finally overcome asking for help and the fear of asking for help and things like that. Grants. That's it.
I know she got it.
Exactly.
Period.
Is there a specific grant?
There actually is, and if anyone is open to receiving the link to apply the application, yes, I will send it. It's a micro grant. It's a $500 grant, but essentially it's for women in business who are needing resources to replenish themselves. So they they put it in their requirement. They're like, we want you to use it for wellness, for any business expenses. Like literally, if you want to get your nails done, if you want to go to the spa, if you need a massage, if you need to get your LLC, if you need all of those things, that's what they're trying to give it out for. So
love that. See,
I will send it.
Ask the follow-up question.
Yes, indeed.
I asked the question. Can women tap into right now? Overlooked resources.
Okay, so for me, I know there are a lot of scholarships for moms, but also for Black women. They are handing out scholarships, especially if you want to pivot into the tech space. Oh, it's a lot of scholarships for moms and for Black women. Bank of America have scholarships as well. A lot of banks have scholarships for Black women. So that's a resource that I feel like a lot of women don't know about is scholarships. And you don't even have to pay it back. It's like a gift, and it's completely free. You know, if you, like I was saying, if you wanted to pivot into the tech space, you have the scholarship. It's called Scholarship for Moms, or tech, tech scholarship for moms, where they pay for the whole scholarship, and then you're able to go into the tech field, and they help you with job placement as well. So, and they help you with building up your resume. They'll do everything for you. You just apply for it.
They paying you to learn.
They pay you, yes,
I like
to
to
learn.
get paid to learn.
And you make money in tech. I feel like tech is now the new space everybody is wanting to enter into, because you can make a lot of money in the tech
there's
space.
different versions of tech. You don't gotta be behind the computer trying to fix the computer.
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Mine would be the library.
Yes, that's a great resource. And get a library card.
Get a library card. You can, a lot of times the library will have passes for other free things in the community that they'll give out. I was able to cancel some of my news subscriptions I was paying for, because you can get them to the library for free. And then the physical resources at the library, some of them have podcast studios, equipment you can rent out, sewing machines, classes, and all these things that you might be paying for in other ways that you're already paying for in your tax dollars, and you can utilize at the library.
Okay. Yes. All great resources, ladies.
And
thank you so much.
You can get library to out of state. If you there's some libraries you can pay like $10-20 a year and get libraries to library card in other cities and areas.
Oh my God, to use their resources.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at that. Look at us sharing. Oh my God. Okay. How do you leverage? We're gonna go into storytelling a little bit. This is my last question. How do you leverage your personal story to attract opportunities and build trust? Which I feel like is super important, where you all have very personal businesses, not necessarily selling, like you said, Avery, an item. So it's very important for people to, I guess, resonate with your personal story. Like, what is it about you that's going to make me start buying your services? So what do you feel like, how do you feel like you can leverage? Yes, ma'am. How do you leverage your personal story to attract opportunities and build trust? I know I was talking a lot.
I would say leveraging is being vulnerable but telling the whole story. I think that a lot of people, they hold back from telling like their full story, or I would say what they actually experience in life. I'm sorry, my brain. What was the question? My brain going.
You're fine. You got it.
Okay.
And
yes.
let yourself pause if you need to.
Yes. It's basically, how do you leverage your personal story to attract opportunities and build trust with clients, customers?
I'll jump right in. I'll jump right in. What I notice is that the personal story, and this is for you. I want you to get your thoughts straight, and I don't want to get this out. Your personal story is everything. It's the backbone of the reason why people want to see you do you. And I've been doing panels for so long, guys, and I can tell you, I would never not stop doing them. That is the only place where you can sit there and tell your story to people that's open ears. That's real feeling. That's real emotion. That's a moment for us to cry together. It's a moment for us to share these moments. So I will say, as a business owner, the key thing is public speaking engagements, opportunities to be able to create your own workshops and the moments where your story is on a pedestal where it's appreciated, because it can get lost if it's not that. So
I really love that.
A lot of people are looking for relatability, and nowadays, yes, there's hype, but I feel like more people are wanting to know the why and to last with something. And so really being vulnerable and sharing your story, and also knowing the value that you bring to a space. For example, I have thrown away my gift 3 times and I'm still here. My value is rebirth. I am able to go through the dark and come back out looking clean as fuck. So, what I give to people, what I share with folks is that you can be down in the gutter and bring yourself back up just fine, especially when you know that what you're here to do is for you and nothing else, no one else. Right?
Whatever the work is.
Story is also like your unique value. That's what really will set you apart out. And if you don't share it, you don't see what is setting you apart. And so like, I think like I said, I do pageants. And so I do pageant interview coaching. And I tell people to like A/B test their paperwork to see what people ask them in interviews, to see what's super interesting, what other people are catching your eye about, and then like follow up on those things. So I love sports. I'm a huge sports fan. And so people always ask me that in my paperwork because I like Formula One, and so it's kind of like more niche thing. Black women don't really like that as much. So that gets like me a lot of attraction, and that's gotten me opportunities just because I share how much I like Formula One, and I find Lewis Hamilton very attractive. And that's just something that's very genuine to me. And it's brought me money, though. And so, and I like astrology, and I incorporated that into my practice as a therapist, and that brought me opportunities, and that brought me guest lecturing opportunities because people aren't really talking about astrology in therapy.
It's crazy to me. It ties in.
It ties in so perfectly, yeah.
I'm so glad I found a therapist that uses astrology.
Yes, I had my groups. We had anger management. We had our Mars signs. We got to work on everything.
How you gonna know? No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yes, I mean, I even had a manager. She assigned clients to therapists based on people's astrology signs.
As she should.
As she should have.
How? How are you gonna know?
And I could tell with my clients. I was like, this makes sense. This is lining up. Actually,
I'm not gonna lie. I had to get rid of my therapist because she didn't do that. I'm gonna be honest, because I was like talking to her and I don't know, it's like we didn't mesh. It didn't make sense. She was good, but it's like we were missing each other. But I definitely, I agree with you. That was good. Wow. I take your number. We just connected. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Last but not least, give one piece of advice for women who's ready to start and not scared to fail. Make it 30 seconds or less. Try your best, ladies.
I would say to step out. You'll never know what God wants to do unless you really step out. No more hiding in the shadows. No more saying, oh, they can go before me. No, we're going before them. Like, I feel like this is just a season where God is just doing so much. Like, he's bringing the ones who were hidden in the back. Like, he's bringing all of them to the forefront. And I believe, like, even with this space, like, I feel like we were the ones that were, like, overlooked. We were the ones that were hidden. And God is like, no, the ones that were at the top, is like God is bringing all of us to the top now. Like, this is our season to reign, to produce, and to bring other women, to the front as well. So it's like stepping out, like, God, you brought me into this space. Like, this not me. If it was up to us, we'll stay hidden, but God is like, no, this is the space that I want you, in. And you'll never know what he wants to do unless you take that first step with him, going. That's what my motto is. God, we doing this together. I'm not doing this by myself. Like, you send it, you got to go before me. You got to open the doors for me. So, yeah, it's taking that first step because you never know how far God wants to take you. Like what she was saying, being connected to artists and stuff and being in certain rooms. It's just that one door. Not every opportunity is about money. When God, it's one connection where God will do so much, so it's starting, allowing God to do what he needs to do and you stepping out in faith.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so what's one piece of advice that women that you have for women who's ready to start but scared to fail? 30 seconds or less.
Failure is the only way you'll ever learn what you're capable of.
That's a period right there. I love that. Yes, that is true. You have to fail in order to win, for sure.
Speaking of winning, mine was when you're in your winning season, show no mercy. Come on. I didn't do that. I was too modest. And I
Foot
shouldn't
on
have
next.
been.
Go ahead. Foot on next.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So guess what? It's lit every day.
Foot on next.
I think mine would be when you're given purpose, you don't need permission.
God told me to do this. He told me. He told me today that this is the day. Thank you so much.
Today is the day.
Yeah. Wow. This was good. Yeah. Thank you, Dime. Thank you, Dime Life Pro.
Thank you,
Thank
Dime.
you.
Thank you, New Heat Studios, and thank you to our lovely panelists. I thank you so much. Just shout out your social media really quick. Let everybody know where they can find you.
So
If you have.
I'm on TikTok. I am Shay Ministries /coach. I am also on Facebook, Adorned Shay, which is CHEY. I'm on LinkedIn as well, Cheyenne Upson. I don't have an Instagram. My Instagram always get hacked. We working on that. But those are my social media platforms. So LinkedIn, Cheyenne Upson, TikTok, Shay Ministries, which is CHEY. Ministries /coach, and then Facebook, Adorned Shy, CHEY.
Thank you.
My Instagram is ETIVNGE. It's just my name, but the A in my name is a V. Yeah. And then in my bio, you'll find the pages for all of my other programs. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's my name is Avery again. Thank you guys. Thank you, Dom. Thank you everyone that shared your amazing stories. It's Avery at Avery Miss Artistry. The business profile is Multi Artistry ENT. That's Avery MS Artistry everywhere. And yeah, I'm always posting TikTok as well. The same thing. Threads. Oh my God, guys, y'all better jump on Threads.
Yeah.
If y'all need a Threads consultation, me and
Exactly.
yeah. This is the Threads community? Yes, Threads.
I love Threads. Oh my God, everybody on Threads. I love Threads. That's my new diary. Thank you so much.
It's good.
Wow, the Threads community found each other in person.
Yeah, I don't play about Threads.
Right.
On Instagram, I can be found at Crystal in Crowell. And then on LinkedIn, I'm Crystal Crowell. On TikTok, I think it's Crystal C Nicole. And then my website is imcrystalnicole.com.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, my social media is I am the Pretty Hustler on Instagram and on TikTok as well. I think I am the Pretty Hustler. And I'm on Threads. And my business page is, I never shout that out the first time. That's crazy. Sorry. At Spillit ENT, SPILLIT ENT. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for having me.
And I don't think people are giving you your props for like being steadfast on that. I see you. I can't be everywhere. I'm a new mom, but I see you.
I'll give you grace because you're a new mommy. I like
Yes, yes,
and,
please.
And you moved back out here, so I appreciate you.
Yeah, I definitely left. I had to come back.